And I think we accepted it before the pandemic, just because that's the way it was. But because we were forced into isolation and we were forced to just be alone and had that fear of, am I going to lose that? I think we came to grips with, if I lost that, is it a big loss? Besides the financial loss, which of course has to be considered, I think we've all been put into that position of, what would I really want the rest of my life to look like? And I think that's where people are coming from when we're figuring out how to go back to work.
Yeah, how to be efficient as I was, but still feeling purposeful in what I'm doing. That's it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and sometimes, like when you question yourself, you have new answers in new questions. And I guess that both managers and employees and leaders of companies have the same questions again and again. And it's like when we're talking about going back, we're all talking about the technical part of remote working, hybrid, same desks, different desks. Like these are like the technical parts of working together. But actually communicating and understanding each other is so much more important, right? Than
Yes.
what we were usually talking about, like remote working, remote project management, and like how could we do that better?
Right. And it has to be a shared conversation. I don't think any leader is going to be successful if he or she is forcing something on everyone without taking into consideration a conversation. I'm not saying the leader can't make decisions based upon what's the best, but it's not just their goal anymore. Yes, they're responsible for the bottom line. And I think leaders returning have that first and foremost in their mind. I am responsible for this company's success. I'm responsible for the bottom line. And I don't see how we're going to do it any other way than how we did it before. I understand that. I think some leaders are feeling that. While the other side, you have employees saying, I can choose a different thing now. I can voice my opinion. I think we are the majority, the workers, and we want to have a say in this. So I think the coming together is tricky, but definitely will lend itself to people being invested in the company, wanting to be there, understanding the purpose of the company, understanding the leaders' role and their role, feeling like they're making a difference. That's what people want to do. They want to feel like they're making a difference.
Yeah, and they want to know that they're working in the right company. So the goals of the company and their own like goals and aspirations and what they want to do in the world need to match. And if not, it cannot live together anymore.
Goals and values.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a lot on the table now. We've been talking a lot in the last 2 years and even beyond, and moving forward. There are a lot of topics that need to be spoken and talked about. And it's important. It's important to everyone that we do that. And it's important that your employees are on the same team as you are, as a company is.
Yeah, I think that sometimes there is like a superficial talk, like like employer branding or the way that the employer is perceived, and it's only for for the PR. But actually, the people inside working days or months or years in this company, they want to know that this company is doing good things in the world. And
right, walking the talk.
Yeah, and they relate to the essence of the values of what they present. And if not, it's so hard. You see it in lots of tech companies, I think it's not only there, but it's so obvious there that they're asking, like, is this the right path that I want to take with this company in this way, right?
Right. We've had 2 years to assess everything in our lives, personally and professionally. Leaders too. Leaders can make a change. They've been thinking the same thing, that is this how I want this company to move? Maybe they want to change the direction. Maybe they feel more strongly about something. Maybe they want to change companies too. We've all been assessing every part of our lives in the last 2 years.
Yeah, I know that many people changed jobs and they went to another direction and changed the way they live and where they live. And I know that I think that I heard that this is the biggest migration movement since the stage of like the hunt for the gold in the US. This is what I heard. So it makes sense that everything would change because in the past we went to the office each day, more or less. Yeah. And that's it. Like we met in the office, we saw each other. And for me, I could tell you that usually I went to my clients and came back. So this is where I work most of my days. But right now it's like 99% here.
Mhm.
And especially when I'm starting something new, and I think it's the same thing for new employees, the experience is so important just to understand who is against who, what is like how it goes here, what's
Mhm.
going on in this company. And it's so hard to do it remotely. Just to understand who
Yes.
calls the shots, what are the politics in the company, right? So just to
Yes.
understand that.
It's very important to spend time together physically. It really is. And I don't think that we'll get away from that 100%. I think everyone wants some time together because this collaboration, like you said, it's so different in person. You get to know people, you bond with people. We want to be with people that we like and that we want to bond with. I think this remote works in some cases, but I think the most successful people are those who embrace the human connection and and move forward, making those connections and those bonds strong.
So how do leaders lead with this meaning and purpose? How do they do that?
It starts, well, I have a whole program for leaders and employees. I go into businesses with a Purpose ACER program, and it starts with the conversations. So first, it's important to understand what each group wants. What does the leader want? Not only in business, but in life. What are their values? What do they enjoy doing? Are they fishing? Are they swimming? What are they doing outside of work? What is their goal in the office? How do they see moving forward? What's the picture of how the company looks moving forward? What has changed for you, both in your personal life and professionally, these 2 years? So many things to find out about the leaders. The same questions about the middle managers for them. It's been 2 years since everything's been so different. What do you want to return to? What do you see can change for the better? How invested are you and why? And the same thing for the teams, all the teams. They're so different because they're not responsible individually for the bottom line. So what is it about a place to go to work that you want? What did you like about this? What did you not like about this? What's your investment level? And what are some ideas you have? So hearing from them individually with no pressure, and then slowly bringing groups together to talk about it and find an organic number of initiatives to tweak or change is a process that can take a few months, but it will solidify the group and it'll bring them together for a common goal. And there's nothing more powerful than rallying for each other, not just when the boss is around, not just when the leader is there, but